Good morning. I'm going to share with you what makes me unique, what I've been doing for the last 3 years, certainly, and for maybe even 15 years before that. Deep, intensive work. And the fact that anyone can do this if I can do it. So what I call the Rare Air Manifesto, a call for collaborators, mentors, and grasshoppers. I am not a life coach. I am not a guru. I am not a patient. I am a collaborator. I exist in rare air, where a place where disciplines intersect, where healing and thinking are not opposites, but dance partners, where systems thinking meets gut instinct, and where philosophy is not a luxury, but a survival tool. I'm not here to be admired. I'm here to be useful, to build, to reimagine, to midwife the future. This is not a brand. This is not a pitch. This is a myth in motion, a narrative of a polymath who has lived through fire, tracked the patterns across it all, and come back with medicine, real medicine, born of inflammation, born of trauma, born of reading, research, dialogue, and born of walking the walk. Who am I? I spent the last 15 years, and especially the last 3, doing the deep work in my body, in my mind, in my nervous system, in the gut. I have insights into trauma, inflammation, learning, and identity that are now being echoed by bleeding edge science. But I got there first because I lived it. I am a systems thinker in a world addicted to specialists. I'm a synthesizer of fields, psychology, philosophy, pedagogy, somatics, immunology, and language theory. I am not the best, but in the combination of breadth, depth, and openness, I am among the rarest. What I know and what I do. Trauma-aware frameworks. I understand how to build trauma-informed systems that prevent trauma, not just patch it after. Inflammation and identity. I trace the interface between psychological pain and immune response, where food, thoughts, and triggers converge. Cognitive diversity and learning theory. I advocate for the end of neurotypical myth. We are all atypical, and we all deserve better pedagogy. Philosophical healing. I operationalize the wisdom of Nietzsche, Jung, Frankl, and Adler. Not just quote them. That must be my druidic background, right? Seeing Adler and seeing a tree name, alder. Language as identity technology. I expose the failure of teaching language without context. Language is who we are, not just what we speak. Language shapes us, shapes our world, and when we forget that, that's when we fail. And finally, just as a few examples, but this is the final in the list of examples, proto-transcendentalist vision. I build healing frameworks that combine somatics, Gestalt, Buddhist psychology, systems thinking, and spiritual pragmatism. Not forgetting the body, mind, and soul, faith, reason, both. So why this matters? We don't need more coaches. We need collaborative horses, people willing to do the heavy pulling with others, to share the burden of building new paradigms. We don't need another influencer. We need a distributed intelligence system of mentors and mentees, grasshoppers and sages, open to deep learning and transformation. And that relationship should be one of reciprocity, a back and forth. We don't need perfect people. Perfect should be reserved for museums. We need honest ones, people who have done the work, made the connections, and are generous with the wisdom they've earned. I use this all the time when I was studying mindfulness and meditation. The vast majority, I can barely think of a single example that doesn't fall into this, The vast majority of these teachers have no personal stories to tell of how these insights and practices have helped them. That's lacking that gravitas, that authenticity that I was talking about. So this is a request. If you are a mentor, I'm looking for people who see the value in what I've done and want to refine it with me. If you're a grasshopper, I'm here to help you avoid the decade-long detours I've taken. If you're a collaborator, let's build the future. Education, healing, storytelling, systems, tools, curriculum, change, you name it. This is the work. To be useful, to be alive, to be whole, to be a bridge between old knowing and what's needed next. This is my myth, but it's also a map. And if you recognize the terrain, if this sounds like your home too, reach out. Let's walk it together. So thank you for your time and have a wonderful day.